Get it off your chest hotline. Who we got on the phone?
Hi, this is Shay. I
Hey,
called in last week, so
yes,
Hey,
and I was
say what's
watching
going
in.
on?
yes. Get it
Well,
off your chest. Talk to us. We here. We here. We
uh,
listening.
it's kind of a response to the last call because that was wild. That was
Okay.
like a whole wild situation to me.
Okay.
Right.
Um, so pretty much, me and my homegirl the other day were talking about the Clarissa Shields situation. You know how she dating
Yes.
Papoose or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and that's like a married dude. And so people kind of always be like, oh, God, people are trying to be like, well, maybe God bringing them together, God, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, God ain't going to be involved in no mess, I don't think. And I don't think,
Yeah, I
and I
agree.
don't think that God is necessarily concerned
Mm-hmm.
about our romantic relationships like that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like as Christians, I ain't no perfect Christian at all. But I'm just like, as Christians, I think we have bigger fish to fry.
Way bigger.
Um,
I talked about it all beginning of the call, but yeah, go. I'm listening. Go ahead.
oh, but yeah, I think as Christians we got bigger fish to fry. I don't think that God is concerned about our relationships like that. But I think I don't know. I don't see how we can be like, as a person, I was once celibate for like 6 or so years or whatever. I don't think that I'm no longer celibate. I don't think that waiting a year with a guy is gonna change the outcome if if the guy doesn't have intentions for you
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I just thought that was a little bit wild. And then in the end, trying to like mix Jesus into it, that I was just like, no, I don't think he's gonna,
Yeah.
reward
Yeah.
us
And
doing
I
doing
think
wrong.
it being like me having those like a personal like a real life experience with what was going on and messing around with a dude, making him wait, and things like that. For me, the biggest thing that I want women to get out of it, no matter where you are in your walk, your relationship with God, your
Mm,
your celibacy, you have to be able to learn something from these things, because if you make a dude wait 6 months and he does XYZ, you make a dude wait a year, he does XYZ. It's something bigger in it, it's something bigger in it. And I think that we have to learn the message and the whole lesson behind these situations when we continue to get into these relationships hoping for different results when they all still ending up the same. So the only thing, I mean, is you got to change something got to be different. So as far as tying God into that, um she seems like a God-fearing woman.
I'm
um
not,
and shout out to her, and
I
hopefully
ain't
she
trying
do
to attack
realize,
this.
yeah, hopefully she do realize that God don't bless no mess. Hopefully she do.
Yeah,
You know.
and that's in all of our situations. And
Hmm.
I just feel like it's a thing where I'm just like, I ain't gonna be like if I go sleep with a guy and it don't work out, I'm gonna be like, well, now I'm all of a sudden I'm real spiritual about it. It was just like, no, I want
But
like I wanted
sometimes,
to
but
sleep with that
sometimes
guy.
going through those type of situations with dudes or getting your heart broke or being beat down to the lowest depths of who you are, it will lead you to God. That's the best thing. That's probably where you want to go, to God and to the streets.
And I got a question for you, caller. So,
Hmm.
do you have any recommendations on how to get into a good relationship? Because I got something on the back of that, but I just wanted to ask, what are
Uh,
your recommendations on how to get into a good relationship?
well, my last relationship lasted about 3 years,
Right,
and it wasn't any drama or anything like that. And the truth of the matter is, like, we slept with each other pretty early on.
right,
Mm.
Um, I'm just like, so I don't think the time that you have sex with a person really dictate. I don't really think it dictates the outcome of a relationship. If a person just wants you sexually, it don't matter if it's a year down the line. That's all they want.
yeah,
You really have to. I think what helped my relationship that I was in last so long is the fact that we actually liked each other,
right,
and had a lot of things in common. That was beyond just the basic stuff and the basic conversations we tend to have nowadays, where it's like, well, what's 50-50? How you feel about this and that?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of got to go beyond those things. Talk about and talk about if you guys have actual shared values. And
Right.
so that's why I was like, I'm not trying to attack sis on that other conversation, in that other
Mhm.
conversation. We've all been there. But what I'm meaning is, I'm just like, oh, that person didn't share your values. So that person isn't going to care. And he has no care about you waiting a whole year. He don't share your
Mhm.
values.
Yeah. He
You
just
know,
wasn't the one. He wasn't. He
Yeah,
wasn't
so
right.
that's why I'm like, I'm not attacking. I'm like, man, don't mix Jesus in it because he didn't believe in Jesus the way you did.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
that's
he
my way of
didn't.
feeling.
No.
and I'm glad, I'm glad you gave that response to the question that I asked, because I feel like exactly like what you said. It's like sometimes, I mean, there is no recipe or there isn't any instruction book on how you can get in a perfect relationship. Like you said, you can get with somebody and have. We had an episode last time, and y'all was asking if I could, get in a relationship with somebody I had a one night stand with, and I said yes because sometimes it could work, it might not work.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I was being,
Exactly.
About that. He get
I was
passionate about
keeping it a
that.
thou wow. I was like, yeah, because there's no telling, right? You meet
Right.
somebody, you know what I'm saying? And as long, I think personally how it feels, sometimes you could get it wrong. The thing is, this whole thing about relationship, you are going to get burnt at
exactly.
some point, it's going to happen.
Y'all,
And it's the
we
luck of the
all
draw,
are
you know what I'm
going
saying?
to be disappointed
Yeah,
because
it's going to happen.
people disappoint.
It's gonna happen. It's
Some
part of
people.
life, and
Exactly.
I think people, we approach relationships trying to get a perfect route, but it's part of life. It's like at one point in your life you're gonna get disappointed, you're gonna cry, you're gonna have a heartbreak, you're gonna have financial problems. Somebody, you're gonna have
Hmm.
a bereavement in a family, and relationships kind of go like that. But I think people get bent out of shape because we too busy trying to look for something that's perfect. It ain't gonna
Oh,
happen.
oh.
Yes, and I think relationships we try to move too quickly in them or whatever, where it's just like, oh, we want everything to go as fast as possible.
Yeah,
But since I'm getting out of my last relationship, I'm like, oh dang, I should have took more time.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so sometimes that's why I was like, I'm not against someone waiting, but if you just holding off sex because you're afraid somebody's gonna leave, I think have sex with that person as soon as possible. I know that sound odd from all the other stuff I'm saying, but if that's what they want, then they'll quickly dip out and make room for somebody else.
Okay.
yeah. Somebody said to me years ago, and they said you should approach a relationship like a job. I'm gonna
Right.
put my bid in, my application. Let me see what this job is. What's the salary? Is it? I'm gonna see how it go,
Hmm.
What's the
and then I'm gonna give it a
benefits?
year, 6 months. Okay, after 6 months, okay, I'm gonna give it a year. Okay, I got a promotion. Okay, the benefits is this, down the third. I'm gonna stay 5 years. Okay, now put my, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yes.
and I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good way of
And
it.
understand that
Yeah.
you can be somebody else can be looking for another position at the same time. Like
Exactly
I
right.
think people, yeah, like
Somebody could
that's
be
the
trying to
thing
put the
too.
beat in your job
Right.
while you at the
Yeah,
job.
because I think women we kind of rush to being monogamous in situations where we should kind of play the field.
Play the field for sure. Get you
Yeah, I've
a
been
couple of
there
little
because
sprinkles.
play the field, but
That's
it's a
where
hard thing to
transparency
do.
and honesty play a big
Yeah.
part when
Yeah,
it comes to
definitely
that.
need what we hope for that transparency and honesty. But hey, people are flawed. People are just people, and people are going to disappoint. So, you got to take the good with the bad. As long as you get up and get a lesson out of it, don't let it happen again, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be
Yeah,
all
I
right.
that's
agree,
it.
and I
But
want to add one more thing,
yeah,
and this
go
is the
ahead.
last thing I'm
Okay,
gonna say.
come
Then
on.
I'm
Go
gonna get
ahead.
off the call.
Come on,
Go
come on.
ahead.
So lately, when I'm thinking about relationships, I think I'm starting to see that like every interaction you have with people is actually a deal. It's like, okay, am I buying what you sell? Right. And so if you look at that other person as a salesperson or whatever, you got to recognize it's like, it's not their job to help you. Like, my mom, she was upside down in the car one time and she was just like, oh, I told him I had this much money and he was supposed to help me. And now I'm upside down in this car. And it's just like, no, um, like, you get what I'm saying? It's the salesperson's job to, to get you to buy what they're selling or
Right.
whatever. So a lot of the times that's kind of what happens to women in these situations
For real.
where we're going into these things thinking, oh, well, he know my pain. He know my baby daddy broke up with me that one time and I've been hurt ever since. And it's just like, no, girl, like,
Yeah.
you just gotta understand that somebody's trying to tell you something.
So
Right.
literally, that's it. And don't bag.
Hmm.
Okay, take it from my teeth. Don't bag. Don't bag what they selling, girl, because it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
But all
Okay,
Yeah.
right,
girl.
y'all. I'm gonna head all that on that. I'm enjoying the podcast, so I'm gonna
Thank you,
keep
Hey,
girl,
we
watching.
for tuning
appreciate
in.
you.
Share
Next
it.
week, call. We can call every week. Call. We appreciate your feedback.
Thank you for supporting us.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All
All
right,
Okay,
right,
there
bye
it
bye.
is.
okay. So, that was good.
Hotline, get it off your chest. Who we got on the phone?
Janae.
Hey, how you doing? What you got on your chest you want to get off with us today?
Girl, let's talk about these guys that, they claim they want the real thing, and when they get her, they don't know how to act.
Okay. That's some tea. Okay. So the guys, they claim they want the real thing. They claim they want a relationship and a real woman, but when they get a real woman, they don't know what to do with her.
Girl, they don't know what to do. They can't keep up the same, vibe they introduce you to, and it's all gone.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
do
true.
you got an example, caller? Is it something that happened to you? Can you give us like a little example so we could dissect the issue
Yeah.
better?
Okay, so can. So I had a guy I was dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he wanted kids, he wanted to start, family, whatever have it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, like, if you get some of this honeycomb hideout, we go together real bad. Like, I'm not sleeping around with nobody. I'm not doing none of that. But I want commitment. And no, he was all for it. He was all for it. But of course, you make them work for it as well, because I'm not just going to give it up.
Yes.
And so it's like it's going okay. But then at the same time, when you decide to finally give him some, all of a sudden it's just like, nah, that ain't what I wanted. I don't want kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
See,
He sound to me like he,
Oh boy.
he wasn't honest. It sound to me like he was just going along with the conversation just to get the cookie, and then after that he bailed out. So the conversation in the beginning, because I think women got to be careful. Don't give out too much, because if you dealing with a dude and you tell him and you kind of like, this is what I want, and you kind of give it to him like that. Some guys are not gonna they're gonna play along just until it benefits them. You know what I mean?
And
I
that's
feel like
that's a
what
lot
happened.
of them. That's a lot of them. Most of them, a big chunk of them. Girl, you got to be careful and you got to be safe out here with the men, because
Most definitely.
because like goes back tied into our social media question. These men are they I don't know what world or earth they living on, but one thing I can say is they not taking the family thing, the girlfriend, that they not taking it serious. The wife, the happy life, they not taking it serious at all.
And I got a question. How long did you make him wait for?
Ooh, I made him wait about a year.
Whoa.
Well, that's good.
A year?
I made, and the reason why I made him wait is because you know how you get that hunch. You like, I don't feel like he for real, for
Not
real.
for real,
But at
yeah.
the same time, he kind of shows up in major ways, and then it's just like, okay, you get that point to where, okay, like this dude can't even, you can't lead nothing.
Right.
Like if you can't plan a date, you can't do this, you can't lead me in my life, and you can't lead me to Christ and us be together. And so, he tried to play that role to where, he got it. And all of a sudden he didn't want to do nothing no more, didn't want to commit, but he didn't know I played him.
So do you think he was sleeping with other people in that whole year, or you think he was waiting on you?
I don't know what he was doing, but I know I strapped up.
Yeah, well.
I don't play that. I don't play that now.
Okay.
She says she don't play that.
I don't
At all,
blame her.
period.
I don't play that.
And the other
Yeah.
question
I mean,
go ahead.
it is just like, at the end, you just start to think like, okay, well, since I feel like you playing these games, I'm just going to play you because I'm going to just get what I want.
Right.
Because at the end, I feel like you don't want to be true to what you said in the beginning. So now I just got to get what I want, because I've been celibate. I'm going to get what I want, and then I'm going to just, let you do whatever. Because I don't want you no more.
Yeah,
Because
and then just let him give him back to the streets wherever he came from. Because I mean, ultimately, both of y'all got what y'all wanted, and got up out of there. You can't. At that point, I wouldn't even expect him to even be this perfect kind of husband figure.
Oh,
type of
girl,
man.
no.
and
And
that's why.
and that's how I see him. I don't see him as that. But now, you know what I'm saying? He like on my TikTok, stalking, jocking, commenting all this kind of stuff. Like,
We were talking about that
but
last week on
Yeah.
social media.
yeah. But when you had me, you didn't know how to act. So now you want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
He a
Yeah, let
fan
him
now.
go, girl. Let him
yeah,
go. I
right.
am a big fan of letting him go. He got what he wanted, and then it's like, what more do you want from me? So if when he try to come back, because they always try to come back. So
Oh,
when he
no,
try to come
ma'am.
back, what
No,
more?
ma'am.
I don't have nothing else to give you, girl. Let him go. Leave him alone.
And,
And
exactly.
I had a question. So you made him wait for a year, and then when he got the cookie, how long did it take him for him to kind of like say, "Well, I'm not into that no more"?
It was about maybe like a couple of months.
A
It was
couple
it was a
months.
couple of
Mm,
months
Wow.
because my
Yeah.
thing was like he was
Mm,
working, you know what I'm saying? Like he was working 2 jobs. And the
yeah.
thing is, I'm proud of him because he not out there. He's not really like a hustler guy. He ain't no scammer. He's like an honest dude. But at the same time, I feel like you know what I'm saying. Like if you wanted to just have sex, you could have just told me that and gave me the just let
Yeah.
me make that choice.
They're
But
never honest in the beginning, sis. So
and
hopefully you learn something from this situation.
oh,
Hopefully
most
you learn,
definitely.
and for the next go round and you meet the next dude, you know that they ain't gonna
yeah, you
keep it
got to
on.
be careful, guys. We be doing that sometimes. We shouldn't be doing it, but sometimes we'll say any and anything just to get the box, and then after that we bail. So yeah,
Yeah,
you should watch out for that type
Right.
of dude.
it's
But
crazy.
That's true.
you can't do that though. You know what I'm saying? Like my thing is your karma is gonna be bad.
And hey,
You- you-
and
That
sit
way.
back and watch.
That way.
Sit back and
Right. And the
watch,
thing
sister
is,
girl. Sit
and
back
the
and
thing
watch
is,
karma do.
I don't wish that on nobody, not never. But I feel like this, like you never gonna find nobody like me. You not.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I wasn't what you wanted, go find less.
Okay,
Because I know
clock
what I bring to
that.
the table.
Clock
Right. I
that.
know what I bring to the table. Like I
Yes,
am the table. And I think
yes.
that's one thing that it doesn't matter for male or female. Like we have to remember that, like what we bring to the table. And I'm not talking about monetary
Right.
value.
Right.
I'm talking about how I could cover you in prayer. You know what I'm saying? Be that
Ooh,
woman that you need. Like that's what I'm talking about. You know what
come
I'm
on,
saying? Like
girl.
and be there, but it's just like you fumble me. Now you trying to spin the block. You ain't coming back.
But
The
the
door
thing,
He
but
is
the
trying to
thing
closed.
spin the block.
is, honey, just listening to what you're saying, I don't even think he fumbled you, baby. God has protected you. God, that was God's
Yes.
protection.
And you know
That's how
what?
I always see it when it don't work out, and when they do, do the Lord will show you why that person wasn't for you. So yeah,
Yes.
you got to take the good in it. You got to take the good in it.
And you know what? And that's how I took it because I was never mad at God. Like, why does it work out? You know what I'm saying? Because like that's why I said to myself, like, damn, I don't even have no expectation for you. Because I know
Mm-hmm.
you probably I'm not I don't want to put him in a box. But at the same time, it's just like, do you keep dating the same spirit? Or is it just like, okay, these dudes is just out here faking and flogging and you know what I mean, going with the motion. But I
That's
didn't take it as
that
God,
is true.
me being mad at God for that because as a woman in Christ, I have to remember like that was for my protection and it was guidance,
Yes. And maybe he's trying
for
to show
going
you
forth.
something in this moment. Maybe he's trying to show you
Hmm.
that even though you waited that year for this man, just for this man to do the same thing that he was going to do if you waited a month, maybe God is trying to show
Hmm.
you that, in your wait, you know what I mean? Maybe wait
Yes.
until marriage the next time. you know,
Yeah,
so we have
maybe.
to take the lessons out of these situations and keep moving forward. Take the lessons and the good things that's going to come out of it and keep moving forward, because baby, I'm gonna tell you now, I don't know how old are you, I don't know how old you is or how much
I'm
experience you got in
43.
it, but what I can tell you is God will continue to protect you, and you're going to keep on stumbling over these same kind of dudes until you figure
Hmm.
out what the lesson is and learn from that. So
Hmm.
yes, girl,
Yeah.
seems like you it seems like you got your head on pretty strong there.
Yeah. Like you said, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen to you again because I feel like you learned your lesson. Like
Yeah.
I ain't never, I feel like you know the signs from now. So we appreciate your call.
Yes, yes.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Uh,
Had to support for
Okay,
real.
well, you have
Thank
a
you.
good
Please
weekend.
subscribe. Tell somebody, and yeah, we appreciate your call.
Have a good one.
Oh, you're welcome. You too.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Hotline.
What's up?
That's a long story, but the thing is, why y'all women got so many demands? I mean, that's crazy, man.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you should just get it off your chest.
You know what? That's exactly what I'm finna do. Get it off my chest.
This man, woo!